What's up everyone, another day, another slate. I hope yours is going okay. Today we got the announcement of all the nominees for the Game Awards, and honestly, I would actually say the nominees for Game of the Year, it's actually pretty good for once. They're all just really damn good games that I pretty much hold no argument against them being nominated. Like, I have my issues with shit like Spider-Man 2 and Tears of the Kingdom, but they're both still really damn good games. It's really good to see Resident Evil 4 Remake nominated here too. I think that game might be my personal Game of the Year after all. I still haven't really decided though. There's some debate I heard about whether RE4 should have gotten nominated because it's a remake and the majority of its development has already been done before it even started development, which is pretty fair, but
tell someone who gives a shit.
Because again, I fucking love this game. Baldur's Gate 3 is probably going to take home the award at the end of the night, which I still haven't played it yet, but from what I've heard about it, it sounds like it absolutely deserves that award. Mario Wonder being nominated here is also fucking awesome. That game came out of pretty much nowhere for me, and I've been absolutely blown away at how damn good it is, especially when you're on a shit ton of drugs. Actually, I was wrong. This is a really fucking good game to play high. Like, holy, the colors are so, they pop so well. And like the LSD effect is like all the better because of it. I don't know how else to describe it. Fuck. And Alan Wake 2 I also haven't played, but I still think it's good that we finally have a horror series getting nominated that isn't Resident Evil, because that's pretty much all the recognition that the horror game genre has gotten at the Game Awards until now. Unless you count The Last of Us 2 getting nominated as a horror game, but me personally, I really don't. The Last of Us is way more of an action and adventure game than a horror game, and while it has some horror inspired sequences, I still wouldn't consider it to be a horror game all around. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this list. But as you can tell by now, there's a game that's missing from this list, and that is Starfield. Yes, I may have caught some shit last week in my video where I talked about Starfield for a while, and I gotta say, I'm a changed man now. Just fucking kidding, this shit is still so mid. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This game does not deserve to be nominated for Game of the Year. It would not deserve to get nominated if there were 10 spots here, much less one of these 6 games. The only argument I hear people say is that Hi-Fi Rush got snubbed, and yeah, they're probably right. I say one of the spots we could have gotten rid of for Hi-Fi Rush was either Alan Wake 2 or Spider-Man 2. But Starfield, of all the good-ass games that came out this year, Starfield, Jesus Christ. But yeah, pretty much all these Xbox fanboys are really pissed off that Xbox got snubbed at the Game Awards. And as usual, people are claiming the Game Awards are rigged. There's a bias against Xbox. Jeff Keighley is everything wrong with the gaming industry, as if Halo didn't get the Player's Voice Award before it even came out 2 years ago. Yeah, right. I have to admit though, there are definitely some problems in the categories that aren't Game of the Year. For one, we have Cyberpunk for Best Ongoing Game, which is an absolute fucking joke. Starfield got nominated for Best RPG, which is just... Spider-Man 2 got nominated for Best Narrative, which... Tears of the Kingdom getting nominated for Best Art Direction when it's quite literally the exact same art style as Breath of the Wild is bullshit. Honestly, that's the one area I will say I think Starfield should have gotten some recognition for. Its art direction is really unique, and it's like easily the best thing about the game. Resident Evil Village and GT7 for Best VR Game is just fucking insanity, but talking about the Game of the Year list alone, it's actually pretty good. The other shit, yeah, there's some bullshit going on there, I can't lie. So we're gonna be burning some bridges in this video today, because the person whose video we're gonna be taking a look at is none other than Turboverse TV, who normally makes pretty good content. I mean, his editing is kind of ass, but I mean, game is game, and he obviously knows how to play it from his sub count. That being said, this video is actually fucking awful. He wants Starfield to be nominated so bad. He's going off about how the Game Awards are run by people who just hate Xbox, and I really hope that it's just he doesn't know shit about any of these games that got nominated, because if not, well, then he's just straight up hiding information to make Starfield look like a better game than these, which if you played an hour of Starfield, you'd know for a fact that again, it's not even in the top 10 games that came out this year, much less these 6. But enough talking, and let's see what YouTube has shat out today. God, I miss saying that phrase.
What is up everybody, Turboverse TV here today, and we have to talk about these Game of the Year award nominations. It is very clear, even from the trending tab, that there is obviously a bias in the gaming industry right now. Xbox Tax and Starfield is trending because this is a bunch of trash.
Okay, what the fuck is Xbox Tax? Like, I have literally never heard of that shit. Maybe it's because I've been like off the grid for the last like 5 months until now, but I have not heard of that shit before. So if one of you guys in the comments could explain that shit to me, please do so, because I don't fucking know.
Up on the screen right here, the Game of the Year nominees. It's like we have a bunch of sequels and a remake. Now,
yeah, and pretty much all of the good games that came out this year have been sequels and remakes. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this shit tends to take up the vast majority of major releases coming out. They're all sequels or games made off of established IPs or remakes. Even Starfield is still a spiritual successor to Fallout that plays insanely similar to Fallout, to the point where you can boil its gameplay loop down to Fallout but bad and in space. Not to mention the fact that there is no way Starfield would have been as successful as it was had it not been made by BGS and the first single player game they put out in almost 10 years.
I don't really care for the Game of the Year award, especially since they always seem to snub Xbox exclusive games.
I mean, the one case you could make for the Game Awards snubbing Xbox was with Forza Horizon 5, which people always talk about how that was really good. And this year with Hi-Fi Rush. Everything else Xbox has been putting out has just been like straight up shit though. Like Halo Infinite, Gears 5, Starfield. You're really gonna try to tell me that any of those games that launched should have been nominated for Game of the Year? No, of course not, because they all launched completely unfinished. Starfield didn't even launch with fucking DLSS. Oh my god.
And it's just ridiculous at this point. Like, let's just call it what it is. This is a PlayStation advertising showcase at this point.
There's one PlayStation game on the list. PlayStation has not won a Game of the Year award since Last of Us 2 back in 2020. They have won 2 Game of the Year awards in total. That's it. Not to mention, there's no fucking way Spider-Man 2 is gonna win stacked against shit like Tears of the Kingdom or Baldur's Gate. Like, holy shit, Turbo, this is just fucking coping at this point.
How do you snub Starfield, one of the greatest games of this year?
There's no fucking way. No, I'm not even gonna fucking answer that question at this point. The hell?
You snub Hi-Fi Rush, another great game of this year, because they're Xbox related? Like, this is just ridiculous.
No, cause these games are better. I haven't played Hi-Fi Rush, so give me a break on that. They're better than Starfield, that's all I gotta say. I don't fucking know.
And you snub Hogwarts Legacy. And apparently Hogwarts Legacy doesn't have any mentions whatsoever, and it's one of the best selling games of this year, and a fantastic Harry Potter game. For fans of the series, we actually get a great game, and it's nowhere to be found.
Probably because the show is run by game journos and they don't want to support J.K. Rowling with Hogwarts Legacy. But then again, Hogwarts Legacy was also mid as fuck. Like, I don't know why people like that game so much. It is so just boring. I don't know if you don't like Harry Potter, there's like nothing for you with it.
He put a little disclaimer out before he put out the official list. As a reminder, the games nominated at the Game Awards are selected by a global jury of streaming media outlets. That means jack and crap at this point. I don't vote on these games, although I do have the pleasure of announcing the nominees to you.
Whoa, J-Dub actually taking a W? This is insane. A broken clock truly is right twice a day. Goddamn. Nah, that's what's fucking insane about this shit. Like, the Xbox fanboys taking the L with this stuff has somehow unlocked the ability in the PlayStation fanboys to be funny. Like, they have a fucking skill tree that gives them points by the L's the Xbox fanboys take.
Okay, so let's go over these Game of the Year nominees. Alan Wake 2, I haven't played the game, so I can only comment on that. That might be an amazing game, but once again, another sequel. Baldur's Gate 3, another sequel. Heard the game was great, haven't played it. Marvel Spider-Man 2, oh my bad, the actual name is Mary Jane Wick 2, featuring 2 Spider-Men.
Bro can't even finish his fucking joke in one breath. Holy shit. This is so bad. Why did you make this, Turboverse? You don't understand how painful this is for me. Holy shit. No, but in all honesty, I don't get the whole bitching about the Mary Jane segments in Spider-Man 2. Like, I won't lie, for once, we have a game getting called woke that is actually woke. The story is made significantly worse by the politics the writers shoved into the game, especially in the third act, and especially at the end when Peter gives Miles the mantle of Spider-Man, when he has literally every reason not to, based on the city recovering after Venom's attack. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Miles Morales. I think it's really cool they're making him the main Spider-Man now, after Peter has been the main Spider-Man since the character was created. I honestly like Miles as a character better than Peter, but holy shit, did they execute this in the worst possible way. But the writing in the game is as far as the woke stuff goes of affecting the game for the worst. The Mary Jane segments in the game are actually good as fuck. They basically took the gameplay of The Last of Us and put it into Spider-Man, which was cool as hell. Now, a lot of people call her overpowered, which, I mean, that's true, I guess. But who the fuck cares, really? This is a fucking video game. On top of that, it's a superhero game, which is supposed to give you a power fantasy. Spider-Man heals himself from gunshot wounds by punching more people faster, but oh, Mary Jane knocking a guy out with a taser, which she could do in the first game, by the way. Oh, that's too far. It's dumb as fuck that you play as Mary Jane more than you play as Venom, but that's more of an issue with the writing and how they really underutilize Venom in the game's story. I don't really get all the fuss about the Mary Jane segments, especially when the thing people should really be complaining about is that fucking ending, man. Like, I need to do a full video breakdown of that ending because it is actually a fucking crime against humanity.
Really? This is the most safest game I've ever seen from Insomniac. And the only reason this is even getting talked about, once again, I keep stating it, because Warner Bros. Won't get their head out their behind and stop those games that serve as focus. If there was a Batman single-player game, Marvel Spider-Man 2 wouldn't even be considered. Nobody would care about that.
Be so fucking for real right now. You're trying to say that the only reason Spider-Man is popular is because there's a drought in Batman games? Spider-Man is probably the most popular superhero out there right now. Between the Spider-Verse movies and the MCU, they have fucking shitty spin-off movies dedicated to his B-list villains like Morbius and Kraven the Hunter. And you're trying to tell me that the only reason these games are getting talked about is because there's a drought in superhero games? Yeah, fucking right.
Oh man. Resident Evil 4. Now, I love Resident Evil 4, but really, a remake is nominated? Like, it's just it's the same game with a fresh paint.
Have you played the remake at all? The fuck? It just is a fresh coat of paint on it. No, that's not at all the case here. It plays completely differently from the original and expands so much from the original. This shit is everything a remake should be, not like whatever the fuck that $70 Last of Us remaster was. Again, RE4 is probably my game of the year. It's basically a new game from how much they changed in that game from the encounters to how absolutely fucking perfect the balancing is in the game.
A paint job. This is a bad precedent where remakes could get nominated.
This isn't even the first remake to get nominated. RE2 remake got nominated in 2019. FF7 remake got nominated in 2020. It's not a remake, but that dogshit Resident Evil Village got nominated in 2021, which if that game got nominated, it would actually be a crime to not nominate RE4 remake. But yeah, and if remakes can't get nominated because they reuse a lot of stuff from their originals, why the fuck is it okay for other sequels and spiritual successors that also reuse a lot of stuff from previous games to get nominated for stuff like Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2, Elden Ring, and Starfield? Like, they all reuse a lot of assets from previous games. Elden Ring even reuses some bosses in it, so I don't know why it's any different with RE4 remake, but okay, I guess.
So that means all you other companies out there, just do remakes of your classic games that sold like 10 or 20 years ago. Just do remakes of those games, and they're most likely gonna be nominated.
No, because again, the remakes that have gotten nominated are actual remakes. They completely rebuild everything their originals were from the ground up and make them into something completely different. If shit like The Last of Us remake or Demon's Souls were getting nominated, then yeah, you would absolutely have a point, but there quite literally is no argument here against this.
So out of all the games that came out this year, you're really putting a remake up there. That just makes zero sense. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Really? Mario with the same plot since it's originated, where Bowser is gonna capture Peach.
Is he really trying to criticize Mario for its plot? Bro, it's fucking Mario. You're not supposed to play it for its story. Holy shit. He didn't even get that right, because Mario Wonder's plot has nothing to do with him saving Peach. Peach is one of the playable characters in it. What is this video, man? Turboverse, why would you upload this? This is hurting me more than it's hurting you, honestly.
And the big gimmick is that you turn into an elephant. Now,
no, the gimmick is that there's these trip sequences that completely change up the level and they make it genuinely one of the best games to play high off your ass with your friends. Dude, this video is just disingenuous as fuck, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm really hoping you just didn't research this stuff, because it's almost like you're trying to make these games look way worse than they are. First off with Spider-Man saying it's a Mary Jane game, then with RE4 saying it's just a new coat of paint on a game from 15 years ago, and now with Mario saying the biggest change is the elephant power-up, and that it has the same story as Mario has had for the last 35 years. Like, what the fuck?
I haven't played this game. No doubt that it might be a fun game, but really, this is really where we put that game of the year. The top game that came out this year, Mario Wonder, is in the top spots. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I heard people love this game. I actually own this game. I didn't put too many hours into this game. I wasn't really feeling it. It just felt like Breath of the Wild part 2, I wasn't really feeling it.
Okay, I know this is absolutely contradictory to the video I put out a few days ago, but how is that a bad thing? Like, putting aside all of the stupid shit, whether it was a good sequel or not, judging it on the fact that it was a game alone, how is that a bad thing? Breath of the Wild is my favorite game ever. Tears of the Kingdom takes that game and dials everything up to 11, making it an objectively better game. And saying that alone doesn't deserve the nomination is just a flat out fucking lie.
And the whole like magnet, you can create stuff mechanic, I didn't like that either, so. This Game of the Year nominees is just horrendous in my opinion. Like, I would have got rid of Resident Evil 4, got rid of Super Mario Wonder, and got rid of Marvel Spider-Man 2 for Starfield, Hi-Fi Rush, and Hogwarts Legacy.
Hi-Fi Rush, again, I'm gonna take your word for it, but fucking Starfield and Hogwarts Legacy. Really, be so freaking for real right now. Ain't no way in hell. You've shown that you have no clue what you're talking about with any of those 3 games, and you go out and say that shit like Starfield should have gotten nominated over them. Jesus Christ, I fucking can't with this shit.
Those have been my nominees. I don't know why Spider-Man 2 is up there. Like, the game was fun, but is it really a 10 out of 10 amazing? Like, I know the media outlets were sucking that game off. They were giving 10 out of 10s.
Is Starfield really a 10 out of 10 with its fucking 2012 graphics and 30 FPS?
Like, all you outlets just love playing as Mary Jane, huh? That didn't take away any points. Y'all playing as Mary Jane, really? Which was just the way in the first game, but now it's just, they just ignore the missions in the second game, which is fascinating. But yeah, definitely some snubs going on with Xbox. As you can, once again, Xbox tax is trending. Xbox has to do triple or double or triple the amount to actually get a nominee, and it's kind of sad. Like Starfield, really, that's not nominated. When they actually do something new.
The only thing new Starfield does is have most of its maps be fucking AI generated. So yeah, the rest of that video is just him reading replies to the tweet. I really don't give a shit about that. And this video is already like 20 minutes long, so we're just cutting this shit here. I was originally going to talk about other tweets people put out, but honestly, the majority of shit that was being said was already said here, but somehow even dumber. So I'm done here. I might do another video talking more about the outrage people have over the nominations, but time will tell, I guess. So in conclusion, Starfield didn't deserve a nomination. Cry. So make sure to like and subscribe. Don't join my Discord because I deleted it because it was cancer. If you want to support the channel, you can become a member, but chances are I probably pissed off my entire audience with this video. So leave a dislike then. Thank you all for watching, and I hope I ruined your day.